So welcome to this video. My name is Alex. This is Honey and Molly having fun. Hey doggies. Hey, hey. There's Fluffy. Hey Fluffy. So I'm just coming down from my evening walk in the mountains. The sun is just dipping down behind the trees, behind the hills. And it is Sunday evening. And I'm just enjoying being in the mountains. No noise, no people, no roads, no traffic. Nothing but the sound of the wind in the trees and my doggies trying to kill each other. So I make these videos, I record these videos, I record my walks in the mountains just because I get a lot of inspiration in the mountains. And because it's so beautiful, I kind of want to give you an insight and also a little reminder of how beautiful it is just to go into nature where there's nothing else but you and the natural world. Because it speaks to us, it reminds our heart of something. You know, when our minds are so busy, our minds hear things like this, we hear words of wisdom and we hear, yeah, blah, 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 I've heard it all before. But we've got to remind our heart of the beauty that we feel in nature. We've got to remember the feeling. Because it gives us new perspective, or reminds us of the true perspective of life, which is a perspective from our heart. You know, we live from our minds mostly. We perceive the world through our beliefs and understandings and all the knowledge and all the conditioning we've had, but we've got to remember the beauty and the peace of just being in nature. It's crucial, it's absolutely crucial. And if we forget it, then we get sidetracked by all the other things that our brain tells us are important. Our mind will tell us, we must do this, we must do that, we should spend our time in this way or that way, and tell us that it's important. But actually, the most important thing is to connect to the peace that's kind of integral to life on earth, the peace, because we need it. It's like food, and if we lose that peace, then essentially we get lost. We focus on other things, we get distracted, our priorities get all out of order because we've forgotten that first and foremost we need to feel the peace, we need to be at peace, because then we can go about our life in a more harmonious way, and we'll be more kind to people. We'll slow down, we won't be rushing here and there and everywhere, trying to achieve things, to tick off the list of our to-do list. You know, there'll be a more calmness about the way we go through life, and it's crucial that we have a more calm perspective on life, a more peaceful and laid-back perspective. And I know the world is looking very dangerous. I know that it looks like World War III is going to break out, and all these terrible things that we seem to be on the brink of. I know all this, and I know it doesn't look good. But let me tell you this, when you get into nature, when you spend some time in the sunshine, away from all the noise, all the human hustle and bustle, then all the fear-mongering and doom-mongering that you see in the media, it fades away, and you feel that there's something more important, there's something actually more true, something more powerful that you can connect to. And it is vital we connect to this, absolutely vital that we connect to this greater truth, which you could call love. I mean, I would call it love, you could call it God. It's a greater truth. And it's not just a feeling. It's not just a feeling. It's a loving intelligence that flows through everything. It flows through the natural world. Every magnificent thing that exists and grows, all the magnificent detail of the natural world and how everything works in perfect harmony, that's intelligence. But it's also love. The natural world is an expression of loving intelligence. And guess what? So are you. However, we've forgotten that we're supposed to be feeling this loving intelligence flowing through us. And the peace, we're supposed to feel it flowing through us. And that's our connection. It's only through that connection, by feeling that peace and feeling that love, do we realise that there is something bigger. Now, of course, you can believe what you want. You can believe that there's something greater. You can believe in God. You can believe in any spiritual or religious belief system you want to. You can believe anything. But beliefs are nothing if you don't feel the connection. You have to feel the connection. It's that, because that's what's real. Connection to that divine loving intelligence is real. You feel the reality of it. You perceive it, not just a feeling, but you perceive the reality. And then you can speak with authority, because it's not just a belief system that you've read or a belief system that someone's told you about. It's not just ideas, it's perception. So it's crucial that we all connect to the peace of the natural world, because it's the best way to remember the love, the divine goodness which flows through you and wants you to be an expression of divine goodness. You know, it's so rewarding when we remember that we're here to be giving, loving, kind, to lift people up, to encourage other people, to say good things, to make people, feel good is a very superficial way of saying it. Not just to make people feel good, but to encourage people, to be hopeful, to be positive. And it is absolutely vital that we're positive, absolutely vital, because a negative mind, a mind which is focused on negative thoughts, will only cause trouble. It will only cause problems, and I guarantee you this. You know, I've been through ups and downs in my life. I'm 45 years old now. I've been suicidal in my late teens. I tried to end my life on several occasions, and I've been through ups and downs. I've been through hardship and depression. I've been to the highs, I've been to the very top, and I've been to the very bottom of human emotion. And I can tell you that every single negative thought is a waste of your time. It will serve you no purpose whatsoever. So it is crucial to see your mind at work and see how it wants to drag you into this negative reality. And that negative reality is like a black hole. It's like the portal to a black hole. Once you step into that negative way of thinking, then it's a spiral. The thoughts get more and more negative, and you start to feel you start to feel that you're right to be negative. You start to feel like, yes, this negative reality is actually how things are, so I'm right to be thinking this way. You start to justify negative thinking. Hey Charlie, good boy. You start to think, yeah, it is. This world is a negative place, and what is the point? And why should I make an effort? Why should I be positive? And that's the danger of negative thinking. Just one little negative thought that you believe in, that you pay attention to, can open the door to this whole negative reality, which is very destructive. And it gets more and more and more destructive as you go down the path. As you walk down that negative path, it becomes darker and more destructive. So it's very, very important to watch your mind, be aware of your mind, and notice how it wants to engage with a negative perspective on the world. So crucial. If we don't watch for this, if we don't keep guard over our mind, if we don't guard our mind from negative thinking, then it will just pull us onto the dark side of the street, so to speak, and where we just see the shadows, we just see all the doom and gloom. And I know that there is a lot to be concerned about in this world, but there is something greater, which, when we connect to it, which is the point of this video, when we connect to that greater force, then we will not be afraid, we will not worry, because we know that that force protects us, provides for us, guides us, loves us, and gives us everything we need, gives us the peace that we need, and we need to be at peace. Because if there's no peace, then there will be fear, there will be anxiety, there will be doom, there will be misery. So we need our heart to be at peace. We need our heart to be at ease. And this brings me to something which I mention in every single video I make, because it's so important. is that fear can only be present within you, within your heart, within your body. Fear can only be present when you are in a state of tension. Because fear is tension. So let me just talk you through the process of fear. So there's a thought in your mind of something you do not want. Something you don't want to happen, something that scares you or is unpleasant, or something you don't want to do, or something you don't want. Okay? That's what fear is. So that's what inspires fear. It's something you don't want. So when you think that thought, when you give attention to that thought of the thing you don't want, your body responds to it. And it goes into a state of resistance. Because you don't want that thing to happen, your body goes into a state of resistance. It tenses up. And that's what fear is. Fear is the body tensing up, saying, I don't want this. So tension is resistance. Tension is how we go into a state of resistance. Tension is how we physically resist something which our mind tells us we don't want. Because without that physical resistance, it's just a thought. We only feel afraid when we tense up in response to that thought. Now, you don't have to believe me, you just have to watch yourself. Whenever you notice you're afraid, become aware of your body. Look at your body and notice if there is tension in your body. And there will be, guaranteed. Because fear can only be present when there is tension in our body. So, the first thing you do when you notice you're afraid is look for the tension. Notice your body. Don't go into the thinking. Don't go into the thought processes. Just bring your attention to your body and relax your body. No matter how real you think that fearful thought is, no matter how likely you think it is to come true, or how valid it is to go into that thought process, don't go into that thought process. Just give your attention to your body, because this is how you break free from fear. It's the only way to break free from fear. And trust me, I've been focusing on this for 20 something years. It's the only way to break free from fear is to notice that the fear is in your body because of tension. Your body is resisting. So the secret is stop the resistance, which means letting go of tension. So all you need to do is let go of tension. And as you release the tension, the fear cannot remain, because fear is resistance in your body. Because it is possible to have a thought of something. If I told you to think of, I don't know, an aeroplane flying over your head, a big aeroplane, jumbo jet, and that plane, the engine's cut out, and it falls down and it lands on top of you. Now that's a thought, but you don't believe it. It doesn't cause you any fear, does it? Because it's just a thought. It's not going to happen. So you can have a thought. You can have a thought of something terrible, but if you don't believe it, if you're not afraid of it actually happening, because you're not afraid of a plane falling on your head because you know it's not going to happen. So that you can have a terrible thought without responding to it. But the moment you think that it might happen, the moment you're afraid of it happening, then your body responds with tension and resistance. So it all happens in your body. Fear is only in your body. Fear is not in your mind. The thoughts which evoke fear, the thoughts which evoke a fearful feeling are in your mind. But the thoughts themselves are not fear. They're just thoughts of things you don't want. Thoughts of things you don't like. You don't want to happen. It's only when you respond to them and you think that they might happen, and then you go into a state of resistance in your body, that's when the feeling of fear is real. It's a real feeling. But the thoughts themselves, because, the things you might be afraid of are not the things I might be afraid of. I can tell you the things in my mind which I don't want to happen. And you might say, well, I'm not scared of that. That's because your body doesn't respond to them. So it's only the response. It's only you thinking they might happen and the physical response that creates fear. So, it is impossible to be in a state of fear when your body is relaxed, because tension cannot be present where there is relaxation. So when you notice there is fear, when you notice you're feeling afraid, bring all your attention to your body. Just let your muscles relax. Notice your heart's beating fast. You're kind of sweating, or there's anxiety, blood pressure's high. Just relax your body. Bring all the attention out of your mind come back to the present moment, look around you and realize that this fear is not right here, right now, it's just in your mind. It's on the TV screen of your mind, it's not in reality. Even though you think this fear might be real and might happen, it's not reality, it's just a thought. So bring your attention to the here and now, relax your body, and as you relax, the fear will disperse. It has to, there's no other alternative, because the fear is dependent on tension being present. So as the tension dissolves and you start to feel relaxed, then you will start to feel at ease. And as your muscles relax, something else starts to flow through your body other than adrenaline, because fear produces adrenaline. Something else starts flowing through you, and it's relaxation, it's peace, it's sense of trust. Ultimately, it's love, it's goodness, it flows through your veins. And that's why relaxation is so important. This guy is very happy, look at that. That's why relaxation is so important, because when we relax, good feelings flow through our veins. And that's how we're supposed to feel. We're not supposed to go through life with tension and stress and adrenaline pumping through our veins. That's why it's important not to drink stimulants, not to drink coffee, not to take stimulants that create stress, because they obscure relaxation. We want to be going through our day in a relaxed state. Stress is a drug, adrenaline is a drug, and any substance you consume which creates adrenaline or creates stress, coffee is fast becoming the most popular drug on the planet. It creates stress, and we get a kick out of it because stress is a drug, adrenaline's a drug. We get a kick out of it, but it obscures relaxation. We can't feel relaxed when we're stressed. When adrenaline's pumping through us, we just want to motor on and be productive and be efficient like a machine. We are not machines. We're not machines for getting things done. Essentially, we are biological machines for peace, where our biological circuit board is designed for peace. It's designed for love. Isn't that right, honey? Yes, she agrees with me. We are designed to feel the beauty of the natural world. We're designed to feel the harmony that's flowing through everything, and it's such a magnificent feeling when you realize that you're part of all of this, and you're capable of feeling the harmony and the love and the peace that flows through the natural world. And that's when you realize what life's truly about. That's when you realize that this is what you're supposed to be feeling, and your purpose in life is to share that feeling. And boy, do we need to share that feeling more than ever, because fear is increasing and increasing. People are becoming more and more anxious. The world seems like a more and more dangerous place, and we're responding to the media and all the doom and gloom and the disaster and the screens by becoming a more anxious species. But actually, we are designed to feel this love, this goodness that flows through everything. That's what we're designed for. And so that you could say there is an agenda to take us away from that, to take us into reactivity and fear. Because that's the consumerist world. The consumerist world benefits from us feeling like we're lacking something. And we spend more money. When you feel like you're lacking something, you will spend more money. You will become more consumeristic. You'll want more things to fill that gap. But when you go into nature, and you feel the beauty and the peace and the stillness, and you feel that goodness flowing through your veins, the love, when you feel it, then that's enough for you. You don't think about what can I consume next, what can I buy next. You just think, thank you. The only thoughts that go through your mind are, wow, I'm so grateful. Isn't this wonderful? I'm so happy to remember that I can feel this way. I'm so happy to remember that I'm part of all of this. That feeling of peace is what we're looking for. Now, of course, these are just words, but there'll be more than just words when you go out into nature, or when you do something that brings you great peace and connects you. And really, it's very difficult. When you're not in the natural world, it's very difficult to connect to that same energy that you feel in nature, because we don't belong in four walls. We don't belong in these environments where we're surrounded by digital technology and signals, phone signals, 3G, 4G, 5G. My goodness, these signals are so detrimental, so damaging. They just take us far, far away from this harmony and peace. They cause agitation in every cell of our body. Doggies! So it's vital, I think, to spend more time in nature. If you want to remember what I'm talking about, if you want to reconnect to the truth of life, which is the peace, the goodness, the love, and trust me, there is no other substitute. There is nothing which is better than this. There is nothing which is more valuable than this. Nothing. Because it's what you're supposed to be connected to. It's what you're supposed to be feeling. And then, as I said, you realise that you've got a part to play. You realise your purpose on this planet is to express this love, this peace. Share it with others. And it's not just love and peace, it's joy, great joy. There's great joy in life, just from being alive. And our purpose is to express that, to tell other people about it, to share it, to be creative and to use our creative skills and gifts to transmit this feeling, transmit this peace, put it out there, express it. That's what art is, ultimately. The highest art is an expression of something divine, an expression of something profound and beautiful. Isn't that right, Molly? Isn't that right? Honey? Yes? Don't you think that's true? Well, I don't need to persuade you. I'm just trying to remind you that there is something greater than all the things you're pursuing in the world, all the ambitions and dreams and goals you have. And it's right here, right now. It's this peace and this love, this goodness that is trying to communicate with you. It's God, it's everything, but it's not just a feeling, it's intelligence, it's divine loving intelligence. And we can only connect to it when we relax, when we let the tension dissolve, let the fear, which is like a brick wall. Fear and tension is like a brick wall. It separates us from this loving truth. So we let the tension dissolve. We let the fear dissipate and we relax and we open up and we feel this sense of ease. We feel this harmony. And we remember what life is about. And it's so beautiful. It is so, so beautiful. So, I will leave you with these words. My encouragement for you in this video is just to go outside. Spend as much time outside as possible. We're so lucky because it's the beginning of summer, springtime, summer. We've got months ahead of us of warm weather. Lots of time, lots of opportunities for you to get out into nature. Spend time in the sunshine, by the sea or by a river or in a forest. Anywhere where you can get out into nature and be surrounded by nature. And just take a break from the world of consumerism, the world of information, and the world of screens. Get away from it all. Relax, go into nature, breathe and relax, and don't think. Just give yourself a holiday from thinking and tell yourself, right, I am not going to think for the next half an hour or the next hour. I'm not going to think about the world. I'm just going to soak in everything around me. I'm going to look at the colours, look at the beauty, look at all the magnificent details of the natural world. I'm going to smell the beautiful smells. I'm going to hear the beautiful sounds, the bird song. Bird song is just, it's like communication from God, bird song. It's so beautiful. Just really, with all of your senses, appreciate this natural world and realise that it's talking to you. It's calling you back to this sense of harmony. It's asking you to remember. Asking you to remember something which you're desperate to remember. Your heart is desperate to remember something because it's how can I put this? It's the most crucial thing in the world. The most crucial, important thing is to remember the love and the peace that connects you to this greater force of goodness, which you can call God. But you have to feel the peace. You have to open your heart and relax your heart and say yes. And you can, if it helps, you can talk. You can talk to God or talk to love or whatever you want to call it. But you can talk and say, please help me. Please help me remember. Please bring me peace. Please help me remember your love and your goodness. Please protect me. Please provide for me. Please help me to remember what's important. Help me to become a more humble, gentle person. Help me to be more open, more vulnerable. Because we all need help. And sometimes when you ask for it, you'll be amazed what happens. You'll be amazed at the support that is there for you when you just ask for help. It's crucial. It's a very humble thing to do, to ask for help. When you don't know what's going to help you, you can't see that which helps you, but you ask for it anyway. It's a very humble thing to do, and we are always rewarded. When we choose the path of humility, we are always rewarded, I promise you. So, I'll leave you with these words. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you well, and God bless you.